Hi, I'm Jacqueline Snyder, and this is the Product Boss Podcast. I've helped launch and grow thousands of product-based businesses, even one of my own. And over the last 20 years, I've seen behind the scenes of businesses just like yours. Whether they are makers, manufacturers, artists, or food and beverage businesses, I have spent so many hours studying it all. I've discovered what makes them successful, what mistakes they could have avoided, how did they turn their ideas into a successful business, and what are the strategies that they have used to make more sales and be discovered by more customers. And this is what this show is all about. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to become $1 million product boss, I'm here to give you the permission to chase your dreams, no matter how big or small. All you need is the right mindset, a little courage, strategy, and support, and you too can be the next $1 million product boss. Let's do this. Hey friend. So I know it's the season. We're all in it. We are in the season and things aren't feeling super easy right now, right? Everything's calling our names. We need to do things that are personal, things for business. It is the busy season for product-based businesses. When everyone else is about to go on vacation, we're like, oh, we're going to hustle, right? And so sometimes it feels at this point of the year that we really want to grow it, but it also feels a little bit hard. But I don't want you to worry because across our community, people are feeling it, but they're also feeling optimistic. They're feeling like there are tools and ways that they can be helped to move forward. And so you're not alone in any way that you feel. But I am really excited to tell you this because HubSpot has a new thing that is here to help. In fact, they just announced 200 major product updates that will make your business growth feel easier. Like Breeze, HubSpot's new suite of AI tools that will help you quickly knock out those busy tasks so that you can spend more time staying in your zone of genius. Breeze is here to help you automate so that you can get more time back in your day. And we all know, as business owners, especially product-based business owners in Q4, we all need to get as many hours as we can get. Am I right? So if you're ready for your business growth to feel easier, visit HubSpot.com/spotlight to see them all and demo for yourself. Nobody is born with years of marketing knowledge in their brain, right? A lot of times we're not sure what to market. We don't know what we're doing, like all the things. You've made something. You've started selling it and you just don't know why people aren't buying, right? It feels like this big disconnect. You're like, okay, I'm doing the things. I'm doing exactly what I should be doing. I feel like maybe you've made something, you started selling it, you don't understand why people aren't buying. Maybe you started selling your products and then you've hit a plateau or something has dropped or you're like, what is happening? What's broken in the machine? Or maybe you're literally just starting out and you've got this idea and you want to make it and you want to sell it, but you just don't know, are people going to find you? Like, how do you stand out in a crowded market? All the things, right? So what I do know is a lot of you are probably feeling like this is so hard, right? And you're right. It does not need to be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard for you to get your dream customers to notice you and buy your stuff. But the thing that you're missing, the thing that I was missing is that the target customer, my ideal customer that this was actually the product for, didn't know it existed. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I've missed some steps. So what I want you to know as you're listening to this is it's not necessarily your product. Now, you've been hearing me talk about the Product Boss framework where we talk about ideating the product, making the product, coming up with the brand, marketing the product, selling it, operating it, and then growing it, right? And what I've seen is like, yeah, we were all great. We come up with the idea, we make the product, we jump to selling, but we've missed those steps. We've missed it. And you know what we've missed? We've missed branding, we've missed marketing, and we've missed part of what's inside of the ideate it mode, which is that product market fit. That idea of like, who is my ideal customer? It's not everybody. You want to focus on one perfect ideal customer. I promise you other people will buy. But if you think that your customer is a 25 to 65-year-old woman who lives everywhere in the world, who shops at Target and likes unicorns, like, no, that's not an ideal customer, right? So you really have to hone in on what the product is, who it's for, why they would buy it, right? Then we need to connect it to them. We need to make sure that the brand and the brand messaging is on par. And this could be the same reason why people aren't buying from you, that you may have jumped from making your product to selling it, and you may have skipped over some super crucial foundational brand building steps, right? So, the bad news is that like, if you're not doing this, if you're not building this brand in this right way, it's going to be very hard to make sales, very hard to sell if some of this is missing. But the good news is that you can learn this. So whether you're just starting out, awesome. You're so lucky to be hearing this now so that you're like, okay, you're not going to jump in and spend all this money and spend all this time and then be like me and not make sales. If you've started selling or trying to sell, but no one's buying, then okay, let's take a pause for a second. Think, okay, what do we have to come back to? What do we have to nail in our business and like the brand building steps? And then if you've been selling and you've been successful to a point, but you've hit a plateau or you're not getting to that next level, honestly, sometimes what was working may not keep working. Things have shifted, right? The market has shifted. The world continues to shift. Things just keep changing. So it might be that we have to go back and nail these foundations. I'm telling you, this is the key to your next level of success. So when I coach people, and you've heard me coaching on this podcast, they've been students in our programs. That's how people end up being able to get coached by me on the podcast, or they pay for a virtual intensive with me. So it's either they've invested or they're a student and then they submit to be able to work together. And you've heard these coaching sessions, but what I know from coaching all of these people is that it's just kind of consistent, right? It's consistent of like, again, if I'm coaching someone who's almost at $1 million business, someone who maybe hasn't even started making $1,000 a month, a lot of times I'll see the same sort of threads pop up, right? So they haven't really built a brand. That's one of the biggest things. I've helped people make $1 million on Amazon as a platform, and they have not had to become a brand yet because Amazon or Etsy, people search for a product as a solution, right? They're looking up something specific, like custom birthday invitations, or that's like an Etsy thing, or like custom mom necklace. That might be Etsy. And then if you're on Amazon, it might be like you're looking for Hello Kitty birthday decor or, black and white swimsuit. And so they're looking for a product. They're not knowing a brand. You can be successful, but I think that the long-term success comes from building a standout brand. And I think brand sometimes is an intimidating word to people. So a brand is this idea, if we think about major brands like Nike, right? It's like giving top tier products to people who are athletes, but then also want to be athletes, right? People who want to live that lifestyle. Hey, product boss. Okay, wait. I'm just going to interrupt this episode really quickly because I know you love podcasts as much as I love podcasts. And whenever anyone tells me of a really good one, I like to tell people, and I like when they tell me. So it is podcast recommendation time. This month, I am all about listening to Entrepreneurs on Fire, hosted by John Lee Dumas, available now on the HubSpot Podcast Network. So on his podcast, John shares inspiration and strategies to fire you up as an entrepreneur and along your entrepreneurial journey. Really, truthfully, he really helps talk about how we can create the lives that we've always dreamed of. And product bosses, I know you'll relate to this show as well. Now, one of my most favorite recent episodes is where John chats with Kate Scudder, a TEDx speaker and success expert, about how to find your zone of genius to grow your impact and income in your business. It is so good, and I think it's such a great listen. So as a product-based business owner, we all know how important it is to stay in our zone of genius, right? If you want to see those results, we got to stay focused, but know that only you do what you do, and you're so good at it. So I definitely resonated with this one, and I'd love for you to listen to it as well. This episode has some really great takeaways, so make sure to tune in. Listen to Entrepreneurs on Fire wherever you get your podcasts. Now, back to the show. Hey, product boss. Okay, so you know that I am on a mission to empower women all over the world to build product-based businesses that give them the security and freedom to build their dream business, which will also lead to the life of their dreams. So I know that I can help you do this by teaching you how to nail the core 4 foundational pillars of a standout business. And it's going to turn your business into something that feels like it's kind of struggling along or limping along to standing out in a crowded market and getting more customers. So I am so excited to invite you to join my free masterclass, your 4-step playbook to stand out in a crowded market and get more customers so that you can grow your business no matter where you sell. In just 90 minutes, I'm going to teach you the core 4 foundational pieces your business might be missing, how to stop wasting time and money on things that don't work, and what to focus on instead. I mean, these are proven ways to build an audience that buys from you and that tells their friends about you. So what I want to do is I want to unlock what can be blocking you from growing a profitable business and how you can turn it around pretty instantly. All you have to do is come join me inside of this totally free masterclass. Head to theproductboss.com/standout to get access. Again, that's theproductboss.com/standout. Now back to the show. So there's all these different types of brands out there that exist that we associate something with. For you to build a standout brand means we just have to have you associated with something for your ideal customer so that they're just like, I know I'm coming to that company for that brand because I know what I'm going to get. Think about the companies you buy from. Even if we want to talk about Target, Target is a brand. You know what you go to Target for. So while they do carry brands in there, Target as a brand, especially like the Target labels, we know what we're going to get. We know what Target stands for us. It's still the biggest changeover that they ever had. I don't know if it was like the last 20 years was that they started becoming like a trendy place. They had trendy apparel. They had trendy products. They had trendy home goods. They had things like that were cheaper prices, which they used to not have, right? It used to kind of just be like off the rack basics, like things that weren't necessarily a place that people who were aware of trends or wanted to be fashion on trend, right? Fashion forward that they could buy from. So that's what a brand is. So when you do that and you're super clear on your customer and the why and your messaging and your ideal customer understands why they want your product or need it because you know how to communicate that effectively, that starts to make it easier for you to sell. That starts to make it easier for people to want to buy from you. Hey, thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you want to dig deeper into this topic or hear more, you can listen to the full episode by clicking the link in the show notes. Remember, friend, you've got this, and I'll see you in the next episode.